I'm Hunter with Small Arms Combatives. I'm pleased to announce that this is the introduction of a series of videos from our footage of our 2-day survival and bushcraft class that we had here at Small Arms Combatives. We hosted Jeremy of Wolverine Survival here in North Carolina to come out and teach us some bushcraft and survival skills.
A little bit longer.
We decided, since this was a 2-day class, that it would be just about impossible to just put all this information into one long YouTube video. So we decided to break up the skills into separate videos. So this is going to be the introduction for all these videos. So I hope that you enjoyed the series of videos that we have. We'll try to release one every few days until we have all our footage put out there. Thank you so much, and if you're interested in training, come out to Small Arms Combatives and we'll get you the training that you need.
You want to use the ferro rod, or you want to do Flint and Steel?
Dude, do the Flint and Steel, man.
Yeah, I'll give the Flint and Steel.
That's primitive.
So I like taking at least one piece of fat wood, and I like making, a little bit of a feather stick. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm not just curling things up just for fun. I'm actually increasing the surface area of the stick.
Right.
So, more surface area is more opportunity to burn. So that's okay right there. I ain't got to get real technical about it. Now I want to start off, somebody gathered us some small pieces, which is great. But we have all of this here. We have a couple of bigger pieces. And the key to success is having everything organized. Now, right here, don't you think if you found enough of this,
Oh yeah.
that would make a really nice, natural bird's nest? We could probably go over there right now, and in about 5 minutes between us, we could pick enough of this bark to make a nice, natural. I do like having a piece of bark to put my bird's nest on, so that I can move it around if I need to. But this is the most important part. You need air. There's probably 50 different styles of fire lays. Everybody's seen the log cabin, you've seen the teepee, all that. I like to keep it simple. I just normally need one block of wood. I need to be able to stack this stuff against it so that it'll have air circulating. Believe it or not, I need to move that so it's not obstructing any airflow. And once we get our bird's nest started, we're gonna start with this piece of fat wood. We're gonna get it flaming. We're gonna let it lean up there a little bit, and then we're just gonna lay our additional sticks where it can get lapped by the flame.
Are you going to use these that are like the
We
finger
can.
sized, or are you going
We
to
can.
to the,
That's a
Yeah,
good
'cause
point.
that's going to ignite probably quicker than that really thick stuff, I would think.
So let's do that first. So we will use these. We process this on down just a little bit so it lays good. Boy, these gnats are eating me up.
Yeah, nasty.
Flat, and you want to approach it at 90 degrees.
hey, that sounds like a turkey call.
So eventually you're going to get you want a spark to land on that char cloth. So you take your thumb, and it was like he was doing it early. He naturally did it like that. Remember, we're talking about surface area.
Turn the map around.
You want to set yourself up. Here's another little thing. You see how it's curled around from how I had it stored? I don't want it curled like that. I'll flip it over. And I want to hold it pretty solid like that. And I want to strike until I catch a spark.
All right.
Now,
I'll watch you down.
you got a little time But let's just talk about this before you do that.
Right.
So we want our bird's nest to be ready. So kind of spread everything around. We want to take that and we want to cup it inside of there. And I find it for some reason a lot easier to blow up. And I just blow across it until I catch that ember and I get a flame. I'm going to set it down on this as it's flaming and place it right there. Maybe scooch it up a little bit. And that's the first piece that I want to start because we got fat wood. Okay? You got all that?
Got it.
Okay.
We'll see anyway. I don't know. A lot of pressure here.
Pressure man, we're all gonna die if we can't eat over the
Worst
fire
case
tonight.
scenario, we'll have to make some more bird's nest, which we shouldn't have to. Just takes one. And sometimes you'll have an ember going and not even realize it.
Oh, I think you got one.
Just blow on it just a little bit.
Yep, got it.
So let that grow a little bit. Blow on it pretty good. You're not going to blow it out.
You got it.
Blow a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
A little more. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
now put it in your. You want to bury it pretty deep. Make a taco.
And you get a lot of blunt off of that.
Now you want it down in there just a little bit more. There you go. There you go. Make sure it's getting air, or you'll choke it out.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh,
Okay,
buddy.
now blow hard. You're gonna have a flame in just a
There we
second.
go.
Harder. There you go. Now lay it down. There you go. Now you gotta be a little quick now. There you go.
Got it.
Okay, now start feeding this.
Bang that.
Feeding it like this.
Yep. Now that this is burning, you can drop it down a little bit
All right.
because it's fat wood.
Just stack it up. All right.
There you go.
This stuff is great. It's getting dry.
Is there any science to laying these on, or is it just kind of
You just want airflow.
okay? You don't want to restrict it.
The last thing you want to do is choke out your fire.
Yeah.
But you need more on there than that.
Good stuff. And now our.
It's over there.
So do you want it? Would now be the time to get the char cloth in there, or
No, let it
let her
let's
get built up?
get it established first.
Okay.
So you can put some more wood on there. You got some flames
Bigger
cooking
stuff?
up. Yep. Just be mindful to try not to choke it out. You got a good little air channel there. Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Good job.
Like my first time doing that, so. It's all
So next
preparation
time
there.
you try it, it ain't gonna go
Yeah.
exactly where you want it to, and that's fine. Regularity. We're getting ready for a cold snap. One of the best things you can do is go get you one of those little cooking grates from Walmart. It's about 20 bucks. Put it out near, your wherever you do stuff outside. Have you a place that you can have a regular fire. And this sounds silly, I know it does, but I had to set my neighbor straight on this. When you have a fire spot that's for your family, it almost becomes a sacred thing. That's how the natives would look at it, sacred. You've heard of a sacred fire. It's not just it's not really a spiritual thing at all. but it is a kind of a safety rule in a way. I don't really know how to put it into words, but your fire area should be a clean area.
It's sacred.
My neighbor come popping over when we were cooking, and he's always, you know, wanting to hang out and have a couple beers. But they had pizza, and I don't always explain myself, you know. I don't ever, you know, I don't have the same relationship with my neighbors that I do with you guys or, you know, other people, you know, because he's my neighbor. And he's really like my brother, you know. I mean, that's how close we are. But they come bebopping out there, and they were eating pizza, and we were cooking, and they had all their trash, and he just decided he's going to burn all his trash. I was like, whoa, dude, you don't do that to my cooking fire. You know, my sacred fire area at the house will never have anything on it that is not natural. Because if you put plastic in there, the remnants of that plastic will be there from now on. So you go to these places, and I see it everywhere I go camping. Somebody has just took their trash and burn it and just whatever. You know, don't do that, and don't eat off of that, because it can't be healthy. And here's another thing. I don't really believe in big fires. I like keeping my fires small.
This is nice.
I don't need to use a lot of resources unnecessarily. What we have right there right now, man, I could do a lot of cooking on that. And you don't cook on the flames, you cook on the coals. So I let all the coals go down, and I'll have a really good fire there. Birch, I'm going to throw a stake on here a little bit. Once the oak gets down to coals, I'm not too worried about the birch, but you see the black smoke coming off the birch. Birch has oils in it just like pine does. When you're cooking directly on coals, like just throwing a piece of meat on there, you really don't want a lot of oily, turpentine type stuff. It'll affect the flavor.
How do you keep the smoke? Like, it's got quite a bit of smoke.
That's that fat lighter still burning.
Yeah.
Why do you get rid of that?
It'll burn.
Well, so you can do a couple things. If we're talking about an evasion scenario, and you don't want the world to see your fire, Dakota pit is number one. And you want to find a place that's underneath a tree, because if you got something smoking and it's traveling up, the leaves are going to break up the smoke, and you're not going to be sending smoke signals to the bad guys.
That's called a Dakota pit?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It's a hole in the ground, and it's almost like building an in-ground stove.
And with a tunnel
But you
that
got,
connects them.
yeah, you got airflow. Because of convection, once the heat starts, it's going to start pulling air from this side, or one side versus the other. And it's going to keep the air circulation going because of convection.
So the smoke is going to go out of the top of the fire, is going to get sucked back in?
Yes.
Essentially?
Yes. And but you want to build that, you know, people are going to smell smoke. You cannot mask that. You can smell smoke in many different directions. A trained person would be able to follow the wind and say, okay, that fire's over there. The average knucklehead stumbling through the woods, they ain't gonna even think that far. But they will put two and two together if they see smoke. You know how it is in the wintertime, especially when you got a lot of cloud cover.
Okay.
Smoke won't go straight up. It'll hang low and
How
it'll
deep are the
drift.
pits?
It
You
varies.
can follow it in a straight
that's
line back to the
What
source.
you got time for.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, not trying to be, stupid. Excuse me.